So I've taken my lazy approach from last time to some new levels. I've basically sat here and let the game run for, about a day, just letting these idiots gather up stuff for me, and me sitting back, reaping the rewards, as well as the experience. So yeah, I've maybe leveled up once or twice from that. And as you can probably see as well, we do now have a few more droids, as well as an entire island that has respawned back with a lot of things. We are now up to 8 droids, but they are becoming ridiculously expensive to make, as well as being really difficult just to see past. In fact, give me a second. That's a lot better now with our tiny droids, but at least I can now actually see myself and exactly where I'm going. But I have found another way for us to be extra lazy here. I've now managed to set up all of our machines, basically just making the items for us pretty much infinitely. As much as I would like to get even more droids to help us out here, we are sadly lacking on fiberglass, which is because we're lacking on plastic, which is because we're lacking on royal clothing, which I normally would have said would have been down to not having enough gems, but I think we certainly got a nice little stockpile of them now. It's actually because we don't have enough leather, which does mean that I really should be going around and slaughtering a lot more cows, or just slaughtering anything actually. I have had a few neat items from the shop, which I'm going to buy all of these poops here at the moment. But I've managed to find some landfill, which is nice, alongside a demon scroll, which I have no idea what that does, some tree saplings, paper, and this skull sigil. And I have no idea what that does, but we're about to find out. So we're going to use the skull sigil, and the skeleton king is spawned. Interesting. My droids are attacking him, but not really doing too much damage, unlike him to me. But maybe we can do a bit more damage to him just from a range here. I do get the feeling that I maybe shouldn't have spawned him. Well, we have one more shot at this, so let's see how well we do. Which the fact that he still has pretty much all of his health left, I'm not confident. But still, that was rather interesting, and also tells me that we are still far too underpowered for this. He should have gone down instantly. We need to upgrade. So let's start off by crafting a skull bow, and that was really quick. There is our skull bow, so we now have 5 attack damage, and we deal more bonus damage to bosses.
So that probably would have been a good thing to have for that boss there.
Well, I actually thought the demon scrolls might summon some demons for us, but all it does is fire some fireballs around us, which if I remember right, we do have a puzzle over here that requires fire. So if I use the scroll now, we emit a lot of fireballs, which lights up all of them, and we get a chest. And inside the chest, we get ourselves a lunar medallion. Points to the location of the nearest star. I'm not quite sure what the stars are, but I have seen a few of them spawn on our islands, like this one here, which whenever you dig them up, they just give you a star fragment, and we do have a couple of them now. So I'm guessing we'll find out what that does just further down the line. Anyway, we have some skill points, so let's get some new perks. I think we'll go for looting to gain 50% more loot from enemies and bosses. I'm going to unlock farming for our windmills and sprinklers. We'll unlock whatever the hell this thing says, which then lets us unlock our inscription tables. We'll get faith to unlock our shrines, as well as conjuration to make magic structures work a bit faster. Astrology is going to unlock our cosmic steel and have starfalls happen more frequently, so I'm guessing this is going to involve those stars that we have. We have summoning, which unlocks sigil makers, and I think we can use this to spawn in some bosses, such as that skeleton one. We'll get ballistics just to unlock our ballistas, and there is a few perks here that I would really like to get, but I think we're going to go with renewal just to recover energy whenever we kill an enemy. So that was definitely a lot of stuff that we unlocked there. Here's our ballistas, which require obsidian, wood and brick, which we might have a few of those things. And I think this is pretty much just defense, so we'll place a couple of these around and they should then shoot at the nasties around the place. We'll place a windmill in as well, not sure what it does, and an inscription table there, followed by a sigil maker there, and we'll plop a nice shrine just there as well. Lots of new stuff to play with, Not a clue what they do. So until I do work out what they do, I'm going to make a crystal bow, which is going to give us 6 points of attack damage, and arrows are going to freeze targets on hit. And I have been able to find some demon horns from the marketplace, so we're going to upgrade our bow to a demon bow right away. And this is going to give us 6 attack damage, and arrows are also going to set our targets on fire. With the next upgrade for the bow being the void bow, but this is going to require void steel as well as void stone, which your guess is as good as mine about that. So let's make something that's a bit easier, like a fishing rod, which we're going to be able to use it to fish for some treasures. And also we just got some bottled death moths from the marketplace, which might mean we can go make something else, such as our demon pickaxe, but we're going to require a few more demon horns in order to do that, which we will need to expand a bit further south here just to find those islands. But that might not be too much of an issue thanks to all of our banks having a hell of a lot of gold inside them. So we're going from 60 grand to nearly 300 grand just after collecting from our banks. So that should definitely be enough to buy a couple of these new islands then. So many new things to head down there and kill. Not quite sure what to do first. Let's check on this shrine first actually, which we can get Excavator, instantly spawns a bunch of digging spots, or Dexterous, we are moving twice as fast and can attack twice as fast. Let's get the shovel one, which does spawn a lot of digging spots for us, so that's just going to be even more gems. And inside our inscription table we can make all of the scrolls as well as a lot of dies. But we want to make some moldy books because this is going to increase our experience gained, and it's pretty simple to do because I have some paper, so we'll do that. So there's the moldy book done, and we now have our experience increased by 15%. And paper is very easy to make, just wood and flowers, but we can also make a slimy tome now, which increases our experience gained by 30%. And it too is really easy to do. So there's that done as well, we now have even more experience. The NECRONOMICON would be next, which would increase experience by 45%, but we need leather and some paper. Paper, not an issue. Leather, that is an issue. If only these guys here drop so much more leather. The windmill has a lot of seeds for us, but I don't really care about that. I do however need one tree sapling, which means we now have enough of them to give to this old man. We get another chest into the water, and inside a chest we just get a plain old spirit orb, which after dealing with that boss we are definitely getting some more health. But the old man still isn't done, so what else is it? Hello friend. I am definitely not your friend. I have a final quest for you. It involves finding a rare dinosaur egg. If I can get this egg, I will be able to raise and protect a creature. So he wants one dinosaur egg now, which really, good luck with that. There is so much going on here at the moment, I'm getting a bit overwhelmed as to what we're supposed to be doing. Well, we purchased these new lands, so let's go explore them. And I have no idea what we're doing on this one. We're just going to press all of the pillars, maybe? Oh, and there's one of those little demons who spawned and instantly died. Excellent. But pressing all of those didn't do us a damn thing, so good. Well, this was another little puzzle island, which was really difficult to do, but we get another chest, and inside it we get a shield. It gives a 25% chance to dodge attacks. But from the little islands that we explored there, we now have enough materials to make a demon sword, which is going to give us 3.5 attack damage and attacks burn enemies as well. And we have enough materials to make the demon pickaxe as well. So there's our demon pickaxe, which we get 3.5 attack damage from it as well, and attacks also burn resources. So pretty much all of their upgrades are now to these void things, which are going to require void steel. So the void is definitely somewhere that we should be looking into soon. Let's see what's on these other islands then, which we just get some spikes, which we maybe shouldn't have touched there, but that's this puzzle done, I think. But we have the last island to explore and maybe another temple to go into, so we have the skull maze. And all that I can say is that it's actually nice and peaceful in here. No annoying sounds of machines making stuff. But this place looks interesting. I'm guessing we just go around and light up all of those pillars. Also, I am absolutely loving the fact that my droids are basically just going around and slaughtering everything, even before I can see them at times. But I think we found our reward room, which we can choose a boom, Avarice or Wrath. Avarice, we lose a heart, but we gain a bunch of coins and gems. Wrath, we lose a heart, but permanently increase max damage by 1. Let's go with Wrath. I'm definitely sure I'm going to regret that down the line. Well, we found a blue chest in this room here, which inside it we get a necro rod. Use it to summon skeletons. That could be very interesting. But we have another blue chest, complete the skull maze, we get the skull seal, awarded to only those who blah blah blah. And another spirit orb. Alright then, well, not really sure if that was worth it or not, but we can now try out this necro rod that we got, which... Did my droids just kill that? We are spawning skeletons, but they are killing them just as quick as they are being summoned here. I think we're getting bones and experience, so that's nice. Well, let's check out this sigil maker then, which we can make a void portal or a slime sigil. Slime sigil uses electronics, jelly and star fragments. Let's make one of them, which is going to take a hell of a long time to make by the looks of it. So we'll make another sigil maker, and I want to make one of these void portals, which is pretty much the same stuff. So let's make a void portal, which we now have here, so let's place it down there. Interesting. Well, let's get in and explore the void. Level 1, defeat all the enemies before something. Didn't read that in time. Okay then. We'll just get our sword out and see if we can plow through all of these guys as quick as we can then, I reckon. And also these are the void roses that we require, so let's also mine them up. And inside the big crystals we get probably some more void stuff. I could definitely be doing with a lot more droids down here helping us out. These things are actually a bit tougher to break. But they are giving us some void stone, which is nice. If we could only find ourselves some void steel now, we would be able to upgrade our stuff even further. And I have seen the timer just on the bottom there, which we have 2 enemies left to kill within 30 seconds. But that really shouldn't be too difficult, because here the idiots are here. And that's him now dead, which the clock has now stopped, so does that mean that we have plenty of time just to mine up all of these items? Well, that was the last 2 items that we had to mine down here, so let's go through the portal, which just takes us down to level 2. I see at the top there 2 of 5. Let's try our new bow out, which does fire 3 arrows at a time, and freezes and burns everything. I quite like that. Especially because it doesn't use any arrows now. But here are the last 2 idiots once again, and that's the timer now stopped, with plenty of time remaining. Okay, more resource gathering. The next floor is pretty much the exact same story as does level 4, but we have now managed to get our way down to level 5, which we get some achievements for, but there doesn't seem to be anything too different down here, just the same idiots to kill. Which that should be the last one there, and we get a chest, which inside the chest we're getting a few different items. Basically, we got quite a lot of garbage down here, but we did get this toxic sludge, as well as some uranium. So once we clear this floor here, we'll head back up to the surface and just see what they're going to do for us. Well, we leveled up, so let's go for transmutation to unlock our void steel. Now the only question is, how do we actually make the void steel? I didn't unlock any new buildings there, unless it's in one of these ones that I already have, which I've not been able to find, but I can make our new skill book so that we get up to 45% bonus experience. So that is our Necronomicon now done, and we will get some more experience, which we can upgrade the book right away actually to the glacial scriptures, so let's do that. And that was really quick, so we now have our experience increased by 60%. The Hellfire glyphs are next, which is going to increase experience by 75%, and we have everything here apart from plastic, which we are making, but then immediately turning it into some fiberglass, so I'm very tempted just to pause this at the moment, just to stockpile it. We need the spirituality perk to unlock the spirit forges, and this is how we make our void steel, so we need to gain 1 more level very quickly, and I think I know just how to do that. Thank you very much, little spirit orb. So now let's get this very quickly, and we're also going to get 2 spirit orbs from that as well. But we can now place down these spirit forges, so let's put down 2 of them. And we can make the great skulls in here actually, just requiring some bones. Interesting. As well as spirit orbs, which apparently we own 9 of them. Well, here's a void steel anyway, masterfully crafted. This is one of the strongest metals, but it's going to require electronics, void stone, and great skills, unfortunately. Well, because we don't have enough skills at the moment, I'm just going to craft 4 of them, but we do have another one here, which we're going to come in and just craft 700 great skills. That might then just give us enough for this. But I did see something else here as well, the Storm Rod. Much more powerful than the Thunder Rod. There is an upgrade to our Thunder Rod. Okay, we need this right now. We need 10 anchors, a sunken ankh, and some star fragments. I've been getting the anchors from our fishing traps, sunken ankhs, not a clue, but whatever, we need to get these right now. Please tell me that the shop might sell some of them. No, but we are getting another droid, as well as another skull sigil, which we will buy and we can test out, just to see if we get any stronger after we make some of this void stuff. The sunken ankhs are just some more drops from our fishing traps, so I've placed a couple of them here in the desert, and hopefully we will get out some of them. We've finally saved up enough materials to get the robotic shovel, which is going to increase our dig area, and digging always yields rare items, so let's definitely get that. Which here it's here, so let's go test it out. I have a little desert area up here just surrounded with lighthouses, so this is a good enough place to test, which I don't know if we're getting any rare items out there or not. We do have 2 of these slime sigils now inside our inventory. Okay, but no rare drop from what I can see so far. Oh, the sigils are from the maker. We must have got a double proc. Okay, nice. Oh well, summoning the skeleton boss went well for us, so let's summon the slime boss, which... hello you. He's a nice pretty one, who's just going to get burned and frozen just the same as the rest of them. We don't need to talk about that. We will maybe again just try to do this from a range, just keeping our distance from him. In fact, I have these ballistas. Maybe they can help us here. Oh, I didn't realise he spawned little slimes. Yep, I don't think we're going to be able to do this either. I have definitely made mistakes. That is definitely a lot of jellies. Holy crap. If only I had a small army of droids who could help me out. I have definitely made mistakes here. Genuinely, I don't think I've seen just as many slimes as this, and they just keep coming. And even they are really difficult to kill. Let's not get stuck. Okay, well this is just carnage, and I am now stuck. Whoa, but I really don't foresee me being able to kill this. This is just awful. Well, that was definitely inevitable. Well, all the slimes turned from red to green, but these are a lot easier for me to kill. Just so many of them still though. Just remind me never to play around with these sigils again, at least not until we're a lot stronger. Leather is the item that is still holding us back here because we need a lot more hide, which the wizard scroll might be able to help us out with because this is going to transform natural objects into animals. We need some purple pigments and some bottle death moths. The purple pigments are nice and easy, and let's just head down here to our new islands just to scoop up some of these death moths. So that's enough for us to craft one of these scrolls, which if we bring it up here to our quarry and then use it, we get out a lot of different animals just to go around and start slaughtering. And at least this way we're going to get ourselves a lot of hide, especially if we kill them over here near our lighthouses. Also, this is rather cathartic, seeing as I have gotten my arse kicked a few times today. So that's definitely a lot of hide that we now have, which means we can finally come in and make our skull gloves, as well as our skull boots. And I wonder if I go for a spot of fishing here, maybe I'll get up some of these ankhs. I'm just not quite sure when's the right time to pull it out. Well, whatever, there's our skull gloves. Attack speed is increased by 30%. As well as our skull boots, which movement speed is increased by 30%, and we have a 15% chance to dodge attacks. And we finally caught something and then missed it immediately, so that's grand. Let's try that again. Well, we finally caught something, which was just some fish, so That really was just a complete waste of my time. But back at our sewing station, we can make some crystal gloves to increase our attack speed by 40%. We actually have enough materials to upgrade our bow now to the void bow, so we will do that immediately. Which, here it's here, and we get 7 attack damage with it. Arrows explode on hit. Arrows explode on hit, do they? Yes, yes they do. I think I'm going to enjoy this one. We can once again upgrade our gloves to demon gloves, and this is going to increase the attack speed by 50%, although it is quite expensive, requiring fiberglass. But nonetheless, we're going to go for it. Void gloves are next, and they're going to require some kraken eyes, so we will need to find some of them because I'm starting to notice that we need a lot of these things. A couple more pieces of royal clothing and we'll be able to start upgrading our boots as well. But in the meantime, we're going to go for the tycoon backpack, as well as our void pickaxe. Which, here's the pickaxe done. 4 attack damage and resources and plants explode when destroyed. And I really appreciate all of our upgrades now, just helping us explode even more things around the place. But here's our backpack for some more inventory slots. Sadly, we still don't have any of these sunken anks just to get our storm rod, but we will get them eventually. But that's definitely a lot of upgrades that we've gotten today, although I still don't feel as if we're strong enough yet to take on those bosses. But one day we will be. And honestly, I've got no idea what the hell has happened today, but same again next time.